Friday night special here in Cary, North Carolina, Salem Stadium, WakeMed Soccer Park, as we bring you USL League One action. North Carolina FC, the home team, searching for that elusive first victory. They take on a storied franchise in the Richmond Kickers. And hello, everybody. Alongside Austin DeLuz, I'm Dean Linke. And Austin, first off, we need to set the story right here. 9 players were missing in the last 2 games for North Carolina FC. They could barely practice.
Yeah, really difficult to build any sort of rhythm, when you have that number of players missing, and key players, key veteran players that they're counting on. So to their credit, they've battled, they've fought, they've been in every game, but they're still looking for that first win.
So with that, we put the spotlight on a veteran defender in the back, playing center back. Mr. Martina has a nice pedigree.
He does, yeah. He's a big-time player. We saw that last time we were here. He's a veteran. He has international experience with Curaçao, so they're counting on him tonight to lead this really young team from the back line.
It'll also allow Max Flick to move over to his more natural position and play right back. Meanwhile, a familiar face. You won a national championship with him at Wake Forest. You played with him at the Carolina Railhawks. Talking about for Richmond in goal, the Irish Ninja. He's also a coach, Akira Fitzgerald. He's the new Ponce de Leon.
He's still got it. He's still got it. He's excited about his new role. He's a player coach. He's enjoying it. He's playing really well. He's been Team of the Week a couple times this season, and he's come up big for this Richmond team.
Great to see one of the fan favorites back here. Malik Mbai will team with Martina. Can they slow down Richmond? Can North Carolina FC get a win? We'll have the lineups and the kick when we return.
Some of my most satisfying days is providing care to people that couldn't otherwise get it or afford it. At the end of the day, I'm a child of immigrants. So for me, it's real. It means something.
When I met Dr. Riccobeni, that was one of the things that he said. He's like, you're going to do the best care that you can at the best price.
You got to try to do what's right for the people that you treat and do it in a fashion that is both affordable, but gives them the kind of quality that they deserve.
Riccobeni Associates Family Dentistry. Changing lives, one smile at a time.
At Strategic Systems, we understand that a reliable IT infrastructure doesn't just materialize by itself. We've been helping Triangle businesses of all sizes build and manage secure, reliable technology solutions for over 25 years. Strategic Systems and CEI. Are you transforming your business?
So, how do you like your urgent care? At WakeMed, we have urgent care just about everywhere. Urgent care that specializes in orthopedics and kids. My Care 365, open every day of the year. Even virtual urgent care. Yup, urgent care in your jammies on your tablet. So download the WakeMed All Access app and get urgent care that's caring, convenient, and just the way you like it.
Selling your home often comes at a cost. Many realtors charge commissions of 6%, which seriously cuts into your profits. But with Daymark Realty, part of Coastal Credit Union, you can sell for an unbelievably low commission rate of 4.5%. Plus, professional staging and photography are included. Find out how Daymark and Coastal have saved members millions in fees and offer a better way to bank.
Welcome back to WakeMed Soccer Park here in Cary, North Carolina for North Carolina FC and Richmond Kickers. Dean Linke with Austin DeLuz. And Austin, let's go to work and show everybody the lineups. First for the home team in the dark blue, coached by John Bradford. It'll be a 4-1-4-1.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit before the game, but Jermaine Martina in the lineup from the start for the first time this season. That's a big, big addition. We've got Flores, Mbai, and Flick joining him on the back line. Peter Pearson's going to hold it down in the middle of the park. And that front five, really, they need a little bit more creativity. They need to create some chances and ultimately score some goals with that front five.
Meanwhile, we'll take a look at Darren Sawatsky's lineup for Richmond, kind of a 4-3-3 or a 4-5-1.
Yeah, it's going to be Monticelli, Magalius, and Chrysler and Calvo holding it down at the back line. Moran's going to really hold the most of that duo there with Falk, and then Terzaghi, Vickers, Bolaños, and Pavone looking to provide that creativity in the final third.
Diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through USLsoccer.com.
You can hear the pipes of Mark Calloway as all of the players continue to kneel as we try to make a difference. It's also Pride Night tonight, and I know you're super proud, Austin Deleuze. You've done a great work for the LGBTQ community, and both the North Carolina FC and North Carolina Courage standing up tall for that community.
Yeah, it's been awesome to see the club embrace the cause and the league as a whole really embrace it as well. And I know that you've been doing some great work on your podcast, getting some really good guests on to talk about it. And yeah, it's just awesome to see so many players, you know, trying to make soccer ultimately a more welcoming and safe space for everybody.
Well said. Great to be with everybody, including the great fans of the Richmond Kickers. I mentioned that storied history. You think about the Ukrop family and Rob Ukrop and Lee Collishaw and Ronnie Pascal and Burke, and they've had some big-time players over the years for a long, long time.
It's one of the you know, more storied clubs in American soccer. Really, I think most people assume that soccer in America started with MLS, but you know, it goes back much further than that, and Richmond has been a big part of it.
They've got a great fan base over the years as they won several championships, including in the USL years before, like you said, Major League Soccer was even around. And really, Richmond and North Carolina, for a time, it was a nice little sort of derby going there.
Some good rivalries. Definitely had some intense games up there at City Stadium, and it was always fun battling against them.
Martinez got that great left foot. He's a left-sided center back, playing next to Flores, who's the left back, and they'll try to switch it over to Flores, wearing the number of Austin Deleuze, and his touch gets away from him. It'll come back to Richmond, who are in white from head to toe. North Carolina FC in their dark blues for head to toe. Miscic with the pink shoes, and Miscic has delivered the goods here, so he's allowed to wear those pink shoes, as he's been really good here at WakeMed Soccer Park.
He has. He's scored a few goals. He's looked sharp, very dangerous in 1v1 situations, and I think, you know, we've mentioned it on the broadcast previously, and just want to see him have a bigger impact on the game, you know, more consistently for a full 90 minutes. But a really talented player that's a lot of fun to watch.
Richmond comes into this game unbeaten in their last three. They beat New England 3-2. Then they drew with Forward Madison 0s, and they drew at home against Union Omaha 1-1. These two teams played back on May 22nd, and that was a 0-0 tie. That's the only point for North Carolina FC. And I know we talked about it in the open, but John Bradford really spent a little extra time with me yesterday talking about the fact that they're not just 9 players that were out. I mean, you're talking about all your veteran players. Nazmi Abadawi, Robbie Crystal, Martina was out, Pekka was out, Damian Loss was out. I mean, 9 players. And then he said in practice there's no way they can really simulate what it's going to look like in the 80th minute, and that's been the bugaboo. They've come out and scored goals, but it's closing that has been a problem.
I think, you know, winning is a habit, right? And this team has so many young players that I don't think that they've really learned how to win yet. So I think, you know, when that first win does come, it's going to be huge for their confidence, and hopefully they can build a little bit of momentum off of that. But, you know, when you talk about the players they're missing, I think you point at 3 players specifically that they were really counting on for leadership and to drive the team are Pekka, Nazmi Abadawi, and Robbie Crystal, and those are 3 guys that haven't been on the field at the same time to this point in the season. So it's been difficult, but they've been in every game. You know, like we said in the open, they fought, they battled, they haven't given up, and there's something to be said for that, for sure.
Yeah, they have not been blown out at all, and they've been leading a lot of the games, but again, John Bradford saying that because they can't practice the full 90 minutes or at least try to simulate what that would look like, it's been part of the issue. I thought he did a nice job breaking that down. But he's like everybody else. John Bradford, I mean, he's won so many games with the NCFC Youth Academy. The guy's a winner, so it's even hard on him. And he even said his kids are like, Dad, come on, man. And, you know, he talked about it, and he gets it. You know, that's part of the job, right?
It is. Yeah, I think, you know, the priority coming into this season for NCFC was to develop young players, right? They want to bring academy players along. They want to get them experience, but, you know, it's a professional environment. You're expected to win games, and so I think everybody's feeling that. Everybody wants to do it, obviously. So, you know, I think it's coming. It's coming for NCFC.
One of the great stories that came out of that is Nicholas Holliday, at 15 years old, the youngest player to ever play in USL League One, was named the USL League One Save of the Week. He had double-digit saves, and the young man looked outstanding.
He did. He looked like he belonged. That's the type of thing that's really fun to see with this group. And Cole Frame, another academy player, scoring the first goal for NCFC in that game.
Wow, sent across, great ball delivered in there by Bolaños. And it'll be a corner kick coming for Richmond. Beautiful ball by Bolaños.
It was a nice attack, and you can see here, gets his head up, whips that one in. And good defending from Malik Mbai, because Cam Vickers was on the doorstep there.
So Malik Mbai also had to miss a game because of a red card. So even in that back line, that continuity. And Mbai only played in one game last year, so he's like a rookie as well. 6 minutes in, corner kick for the Kickers. The Oak City supporters standing behind McGuire, back in goal. McGuire had to miss a game because of a red card. Sent back in, across, and that one looked like it went off of Worth and off the crossbar. Sent back again and in, just like that. It is 1-0. We'll take a look. I believe it was Terzaghi who scored. We'll confirm that, as also lurking over there was Vickers, but it's 1-0 Richmond. Richmond on top.
Yeah, great job from Richmond here to keep this alive. And you can see the initial service. I think this actually comes off Thorne Simpson's head. Off the crossbar. Richmond just battles. Max Flick can't clear it efficiently enough. The service comes back in. And that's Terzaghi there with the finish at the near post. Okay. Really nice job from Richmond there to just keep it alive and remain dangerous.
We called Terzaghi, and it was Terzaghi. So Terzaghi on the board here early. Terzaghi from Argentina. They've got a couple players from Argentina. Zaka Moran, who grew up in the River Plate system. When you say River Plate, that's legit.
Yeah, it is. And he's a guy, you know, I was speaking to Akira Fitzgerald prior to the game, asking him, you know, who are the guys to watch here? And he immediately mentioned Zaka Moran and his pedigree, you know, and the type of experience that comes with coming up in a system like River Plate's. It's unique. It's a unique thing to have within a team. So excited to watch him play.
Fourth goal of the season for Terzaghi as a player is down, and I think it's the player we highlighted to start, Martina, and he is down at the moment. And that is not good news, as you see Akira Fitzgerald there, but Martina is down. I did not see what happened, but
you know, I think it came off of a long ball, and it's a guy who's been battling just some minor muscle injuries. You know, I don't want to speculate as to what this is, but you know, it's nobody else around after playing a long ball.
So the back of John Bradford there looking on, and you just feel for him. As I mentioned, had a long talk with him, and he's talked to the supporters as well. And the plan is there. It's just when you have a plan and then you have all these other things that you're not expecting, like what we're seeing right here with Martina, it is hard to get that consistency, that continuity that you need.
It really is. And you know, I know John Bradford quite well. He's not an excuse guy. You know, he doesn't want to point to all the things that have gone wrong and to the players that have been missing, but those are the realities of the situation, and certainly affected their ability to perform so far this season. You can see here, Jermaine Martina picks up, and we've lauded his ability to do this, hit these big diagonal balls, and you can see just after hitting that one, which again, perfect crossfield ball to Max Flick, and can't imagine how frustrated he is.
So North Carolina FC will be forced to make a change, and we'll take a look at who we think is going to come in for North Carolina FC. It looks like Martinez, and one of the things that John Bradford said is he was hoping that Martinez could be a second half spark and really do something. Now he's got to get in there early.
Yeah, it's, again, just really difficult. You know, I think that's been part of the issue with this team and their lack of depth because of all these injuries is when it does get into those late game situations and you're...
Oh my, little reckless right there, and flying in the air for Richmond. I apologize for interrupting you, but Calvo was a little reckless and went high. It's definitely going to be a yellow, but we'll have to take a look at it. He definitely left his feet there.
He did. That was really reckless, dangerous challenge, and would not be surprised to see a red card here, but we'll get another look at it. Zakir Fitzgerald tosses this one out to the right. And
well, I mean, the ball did bounce up.
I don't think there's intent there, you know. But it's really high, really dangerous.
So the ball bounces up. Good talk there. Yellow. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think that's probably the right decision. So that's well done from the referee. You know, I think at first glance you see it and it looks really dangerous in real time, but it still looks dangerous on the replay. But I don't think there was intent there.
So Esteban Calvo with a yellow card, and I actually like the way that was handled there by the crew. Luis Arroyo in the middle, along with Andrew Sharon and Emma Richards on the line. Felt like he was really calm in that situation and got it settled down.
He was, yeah. And, you know, you see referees overreact in situations like that and go straight for a red. And you know, it was good. He had a conversation with the fourth official. But Calvo's got to be careful now. A yellow card in the first 10 minutes of the game. It's a long time to play with the yellow hanging over you.
If you're just joining us, Emiliano Terzaghi got his 4th goal of the season for Richmond. He's got 4 of their 11 goals, so the man has been delivering the goods, and that's the difference here. 1-0. You just saw the yellow card issued to Calvo, and that has been the story so far. That, and also the man that we featured in the open for North Carolina FC, Jermaine Martina. But that was a beautiful ball he hit as well. Clearly he pulled something on it.
Yeah, I think that his range is something that really added an element to this NCFC team that they don't have without him. So it's disappointing to see him leave the game so early.
Vickers, number 88, a 9-year pro, played at Tacoma, where Darren Sawatsky was a part of that program. Sawatsky, who started at MLS in '96 with New England. He also spent a little time with the Colorado Rapids. He was at Charleston and then back at Seattle when they were still USL. But he said he loves Richmond. He's got 5 kids. They're all out of the house now, essentially. He's got an 18-year-old that'll be heading to college, so they've settled in Richmond. They quite like it.
It's a nice place. It's a good place to play. We said so much tradition, a solid fan base that really appreciates the club, and the club just has such a presence in the community. They're well known in the Richmond community.
He and his wife Ginny with 5 kids, Corey, Kayla, Jordan, Kylie, and Skylar. And Corey's already delivered fraternal twins, so he's already a grandpa.
I don't know how you do 5. I've got 1, and I can barely remember my own name.
So now we've got the Nelsons back in there as Martinez comes off the bench, replacing Martina. They slide Flick back over to left center back. They keep Mbai at right center back. So
yeah, I was mentioning before the injury with Martinez coming off the bench to fill that hole early in the game. It's an issue. We see there another hard tackle from behind, but it's an issue later in the game when you do want to go change things. And here we'll see the replay. The ball into Thorne Simpson's feet. And I believe that's Magalius just comes in hard from behind. He's pointing at the ball, but I think he got a little more than the ball on that one. But when it gets late in the game and you want to change things to try to win it, and you look to the bench, and because of the injuries, because of the lack of depth, it's very difficult to change things and to try to go win these games.
15 minutes in, Richmond on top 1-0. Richmond forever led by Lee Kalishaw, who's still part of the franchise at the youth level. And of course, our hearts break for Charlie Slagle, who sat in your seat sometimes calling games. He was with Richmond, passed away a couple years ago. And then of course, David Bulow, just heartbreaking loss for the Richmond Kickers family.
Yeah, really tragic. Two fantastic guys, big characters in the soccer community in Richmond, and Charlie as well here in the Triangle.
It's going to pop up on Worth, and he'll get caught for the handball. Yeah, big-time personalities, and our hearts and prayers continue to go to the Richmond Kickers family. And as you see Simpson right there, and you're right, it was Simpson on that goal that it went off of his head, that went off the crossbar, and then kind of a little bit crazy there, created a little bit of havoc, and Richmond makes it 1-0.
Strange sort of broken play, but credit to Richmond. They stayed alive and kept the ball in a dangerous area.
Galles, who started his collegiate career at Eastern Florida State College and then ended up with Sasho Soroski at Maryland and won a Big Ten championship. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Richmond on top. North Carolina FC again in their dark home uniforms. Richmond in their white. We had quite a bit of rain about an hour before kickoff, but now it looks like it's going to be a really pleasant Friday night here for USL League One action. Mbai, former ACC Defender of the Year at Clemson, scored a wonder goal against NC State just down the road against George Kiefer and the Wolfpack. Tomorrow night right here at Wake Met Soccer Park, a massive game in the NWSL, Portland and North Carolina. Are you kidding me?
It's about as good as it gets. It's going to be a fun one. It'd be great to see some of those players prior to leaving for the Olympics too. Quite a few of them on the field will be part of the U.S. Women's National Team in Tokyo.
Yeah, congratulations to Samantha Mewis and Lynn Williams named as an alternate, so you never know. She could, I mean, there's still a couple players that still have to get healthy, Austin.
There are, and if I was making the call, I think she'd be in the 18.
I agree, because you can't teach speed, particularly late in the game. Speaking of speed, here's Simpson, who I feel like, and John Bradford said it as well, if he gets one, he could get 8. He's been dangerous, but really kind of unlucky.
He has. He's had some good chances, and like you said, I think he's just sort of waiting for the floodgates to open, get that first one, and they need him. They need more of a presence up there. You can see they've had some decent possession so far this game, but all of it has been in their own defensive third and the middle third. Nothing too dangerous yet in that attacking third of the field for NCFC.
Martinez with the throw-in. Pekka, who is not 100%, not even close, but John Bradford said he was willing to give it a go, and they've got to ride him. Arriaga, drop it back to Martinez. They look to get it into Simpson, and Magalhaes knocks it away. Martinez back again, deflected up in the air, cleared out of there. Flores, now Miscic in a foot race here down near the corner flag. It'll go out of bounds, and they'll say North Carolina FC ball. So a throw in for Flores, wearing the old uniform of my broadcast partner, Austin DeLuz. Simpson. And here's Flick. I did a little follow-up with Max Flick today on his whole story because, as you said, Here's a guy who showed up at the trial. He actually was at 2 trials here with North Carolina FC. He went through one and then went to another one. Then they brought him back in for another trial, and then he got signed. So you talk about a grinder, man. What a story he is.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask me, he's been North Carolina FC's MVP to this point of the season. You know, he's quiet. I mean, he doesn't make a big splash on the field, but just unbelievably solid, and I think he's really exceeded expectations across the board. It's been a lot of fun to watch.
You know, along those lines, I feel like Pearson also has been really, really good in the middle of the park. They've been a good leader for the young players.
Definitely. He, again, another guy who's a little bit quiet and subtle and doesn't make a huge splash on the field, but just does his job, breaks up plays, works really, really hard, and a stand-up guy off the field as well, as we were talking about before the game. Just the nicest guy.
Yeah, he joined the Playing for Pride campaign that you started and has been so outstanding, and really proud of you for doing that, Austin.
I appreciate your support, Dean.
There's Flores. Good defense from the kickers, and now a whistle, so it'll come back to North Carolina FC. You see U-Crop on the front of the jersey, of course, a massive grocery chain up in that Richmond area. And Richmond, they always traveled in style. They used to have that big old bus with the sleepers on it, and they always did it right. Mbai. Looked like a handball on Pearson, so they'll bring it back. USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ+ community through the Forever Proud project. The USL will strive to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/forward/forever-proud. And only fitting tonight on Pride Night here at WakeMed Soccer Park, where Richmond has a 1-0 lead and trying to add to it. They're into the 18, dancing with it at the moment, and sent back across to McGuire. Good work by Richmond to get inside, and that was number 32 again, Terzaghi, the goal scorer, who was dangerous.
He's the guy that they look to for creativity and goals, like you said earlier. He's got, I believe you said, 4 of their 11 goals so far this season. Very experienced Argentinian. Nice to see a little Argentina-Brazil battle in the middle of the field there.
Yeah.
Moran, Terzaghi, and Pekka.
Yep, and then Magalhaes is Brazilian as well, so even on Richmond, they have Brazilian and Argentina. You think there's some trash talk going on there?
I'm positive there is, especially with the Copa America going on right now, and those two teams seem destined to face each other at some point. Messi and Neymar.
Incredible. They look like they've got a lot left to go, too.
They do, yeah. I mean, Messi has showed no signs of slowing down. It's been a good few weeks to watch soccer on TV with the Euros, the Copa America, USL action, NWSL action.
It's been incredible. 1-0 Richmond. Magalhaes will play it out of the back. McGuire, top of the 18. He needs to head it. And it'll be a throw-in back to Richmond. Halfway through here this first half, USL League One battle between familiar foes, Richmond and North Carolina FC. Richmond dropped down a few years ago. North Carolina FC making the strategic move to do it this year, and because of that, they renew this rivalry that has been special. That's Flick. It stays in bounds. The kickers have it. It'll be a corner kick, kickers. For this corner kick, I mean, really, the weather looked shaky earlier. It looks great now.
Yeah, it was pouring, absolutely pouring right before the game. And always got to give credit to the grounds crew here at Wakeman Soccer Park. Nobody better, because the field is immaculate despite the amount of rain that we got.
Corner kick kickers trying to add to their 1-0 lead over North Carolina FC. Driven in near post. Flicked out of there. Well done by Mbai. This will fall back to Moran. Sent back in again. Mbai is there, but Richmond still keeps possession. Kickers, very organized, very disciplined, and that one will go off of Pearson back to McGuire, and kind of a lucky bounce for North Carolina FC. A little nutmeg there from Miscic.
Not sure I agree with the McGuire's quick throw out to Miscic there. I think, you know, as a keeper, you always want to try to spring a counterattack if you can, but the numbers just weren't there for him. And I'd like to see him slow things down, just let everybody get up and try to build.
26 minutes in. Richmond with an early goal from their leading goal scorer, Emiliano Terzaghi. John Bradford already forced to make a change because Jermaine Martina went down. Another hard tackle. This one ruled clean, and Calvo can't keep it in bounds. It'll be a throw in for North Carolina FC in front of Darren Sawatsky in the Richmond bench. Good little touch there by Arriaga to JT Kamara. JT Kamara, the little man. He can light it up, takes a shot. And there's Akira Fitzgerald. Really the first time we've been able to call his name here in live action. The Irish Ninja.
And this is much better from JT Kamara, who I think, you know, another guy who's probably the first time we've said his name tonight. Not been super involved to this point. And we know how dangerous he is when he does have the ball at his feet. I think NCFC needs to find him a bit more sort of in those pockets in between the lines, get him facing up the field and running at that Richmond back line.
How much is Akira Fitzgerald enjoying that dual role now as a coach and player?
Yeah, he's loving it. I think it's, you know, ultimately where he wants to end up is in a coaching role. So for him to get that experience while still being able to perform at a high level as a player is really ideal. So he's having a ton of fun. I'm sure he's a very demanding goalkeeper coach, but the goalkeepers under him are lucky to have him.
Pekka switches it to Martinez. Arriaga shows. Pretty consistent pressure from Richmond as well. They've not made it easy for North Carolina FC to build it out of the back. Here comes Flick. Flick making a nice run. And Simpson, bad pass, and Richmond will go the other way. Pearson kind of saved the day right there.
Yeah, those are the types of plays that Pearson makes, and they sort of fly under the radar, but that's a huge interception there as Richmond's on the break. NCFC's turned it over in a bad spot. Max Flick is up the field, so he's out of position.
And you know the deal, as a 9, when you check back, you got to make sure that you do not put a ball right into a running opposition, and that's exactly what happened right there.
Yeah, first touch, let him down. Maybe take 2 there, allow your team to work their way up the field, just hold the ball up.
Carolina FC continues to try to build it out of the back. Pekka comes over in support. Flores, cut inside. Flores. Short for Miscic. And Richmond looking good defensively here. Llanos turns it over. JT Kamara. Pearson started at Virginia, finished with Coach Gifford in Richmond at VCU, so I bet he knows a lot of these players just by being up there. VCU consistently has a pretty good program.
Always solid. Not an easy team to play against.
Pearson spent some time with the Oakland Roots, who have moved up as well, and there's a few players with North Carolina FC that spent some time with that club. Very good club.
They are. It's a community-based club, and I know they're excited to be in the USL Championship. A great city to bring into the league too, Oakland. That East Bay area. So much character, so much culture. Another great addition for the USL.
That's better work from Simpson right there, holding it up, and now it'll be a throw-in for North Carolina FC. At the moment, JT Kamara looks like he's going to take the throw-in.
I think it's something that we talked about in previous games here, but I think in order for North Carolina FC to be more dangerous, they need to be a little bit more direct. They need to look for Thorne Simpson's feet, look for him in behind, just get the ball up the field, try to just create more dangerous situations. I think they've had some good possession. We know that they can pass and play and move, but you've got to change something, right? When the results aren't going your way, and you can't keep doing the same things.
So well said. You're seeing the pressure there from Pavone wearing 14, along with Terzaghi, the goal scorer. Pearson. John Bradford has had Pearson and Pekka sitting together, but for this game, he's given Pekka a little bit more freedom to move forward. It's Pekka on the ball.
Yeah, I think they need to find him even more. He needs to put his stamp on the game even more, and I know you mentioned he's not at 100%. He's kind of gutting his way through this. They need somebody to just kind of grab the game, right? Grab the team. Say, hey, this isn't good enough. We need to change some things.
Kamara sends one in, but right to Akira Fitzgerald, who was on that 2007 national championship team that beat the Buckeyes right here on this field at WakeMed Soccer Park. Austin DeLuz, a teammate with Akira Fitzgerald. Another hard tackle, and it looks like a card will come out here. So a card given, I believe, to Flick.
See it again here. I think he comes in from behind. It's a little bit late, but I'm not sure there's a ton in that. So I think Pavone made a little more of that than maybe there was.
Flick with the yellow card. Richmond on top of North Carolina FC 1-0. 33rd minute. WakeMed Soccer Park, Salem Stadium, Cary, North Carolina, alongside Austin DeLuz. Dean Linke, delighted to be with you for USL League One action here on Friday night. A little different on a Friday night. I kind of like it, a little bump from behind. Great way to start the weekend. Austin, let's get your analysis here after we take a look at this foul.
Martinez here doing a good job to protect the ball and just invites that contact.
Scores 1-0. You're Darren Sawatsky. You're Richmond. How you feeling?
I think they feel good. They got their goal. They've been very difficult to break down. They've made it hard on NCFC. They haven't had a ton of the ball, I don't think, and haven't created many chances other than the goal that they scored. But on the road, up 1-0, and not being threatened too much, I think he'll be pretty satisfied.
Meanwhile, you're John Bradford. I felt like we set the table with the understanding that 9 players couldn't even practice last week as they had those 2 games. And you're all excited about Martina to get back out there, and boom, 10 minutes in, he goes down.
It takes the wind out of your sails, certainly. And, I keep mentioning that they need to change it. I would say that when you look at the bench and say, how can I change it this way? We talked about it earlier, but because of those injuries, it's the players on the field that are going to have to get it done, and it's just a difficult situation, I think. And again, they're not out of the game, right? They're not getting blown out of the water. They've had the majority of possession. Still working, still fighting, but just got to be that something extra.
Pekka, Simpson. He'll bring it back to Pearson. Pearson's got JT Kamara. He'll get it to Martinez first. Arriaga will roll off Magalhaes. And Magalhaes, I think it went off of him. No, they'll say off of Arriaga, and it'll be a goal kick for Akira Fitzgerald and Richmond. 4th of July weekend starts with a bang when the USL on ESPN continues Saturday, July 3rd. It's a Golden State clash as San Diego Loyal plays host to Sacramento Republic Saturday, July 3rd at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Darren Sawatsky has known Vickers a long time. When you're a coach, you're familiar with a player even way out in the Pacific Northwest, and you want a player you can count on. Those are the kind of players you bring in.
Definitely, yeah. And you form those relationships, and coach knows he can count on you wherever he ends up. He'll probably give you a ring.
Minute 36, Richmond 1, North Carolina FC 0. Nice little touch here. Richmond gets out of danger. They send one back across from Vickers off the head of Martinez. You can't sleep on Richmond for a second. When they get it, they pounce.
They do. Just a lot of talented attacking players that are very good on the ball.
Flick. Pearson thought somebody was behind him and lets it go. I think that's another example of what you're talking about right there, that kind of play where not everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, just a little bit disjointed. Execution's not there.
Ooh. Well, I'll tell you what, Calvo I thought was in danger. Instead, they call it on Miscic. I saw Calvo pulling the jersey, which usually is an automatic second yellow, but
I'm not sure what the referee saw here. Yeah, I mean, you can see Miscic with a little bit of a tug at first, and then Calvo returns the favor.
This portion of the game brought to you by Mako Medical. We thank Fane Butte for her incredible work, particularly last year as we dealt with all the COVID protocol, and we're working our way through that. Without Mako Medical, it really would have been rough, and they did great work. Will Butte, part of the academy programs, got a broken leg at the moment, but hopefully he'll get some games at some point before he joins the Wolfpack of NC State, the former home of Kurt Johnson, the president general manager of the club. Just outside the 18, knocked out of there well by Mbai, and there's Pearson. That's a good ball from Pearson to Miscic. Miscic, does he see Kamara? Kamara was open, and that would have been a good ball.
It would have, and you can see Kamara was disappointed not to receive that one, but a good opportunity to get him in space with the ball at his feet on the counter. It's exactly what you want if you're NCFC.
More folks coming in here on a Friday night, starting to make some noise. This great venue. Flores back to Miscic. Miscic. That's a good ball. Arriaga. Extra touch to Kamara. Kamara's first touch lets him down, but now he's got it. See if he can make something happen, deflected, and Arriaga's in offside position.
Nice work on the left side here from Flores and Miscic to combine to work the ball up the field and find Arriaga in the middle of the attacking third there. But again, it just breaks down once they get into that penalty area. Good spot. I'd like to see Arriaga drive here. He's got tons of space in front of him. Drive at that back line. You're at the top of the 18. He goes wide to Kamara, and the defense just collapses on Kamara.
I felt like Arriaga not only drive, but one touch as part of the drive, and then go ahead and take a shot. See if you can't bend it right or go the other post.
Absolutely, yeah. If the shot is on, take it. If somebody steps out to block the shot, then that's going to leave space behind them for Thorm Simpson to run into or JT Kamara.
40th minute, long ball handled there by Flick, who's shown the ability to have nice soft feet. That's a good trap by Flick. Arriaga is going to pound this all the way back to McGuire. Mbai. Arriaga shows. Arriaga, who was part of the US U16 and U18 youth national team system, was with Real Salt Lake and played for the Real Monarchs. He's had an impressive youth career, needs to figure out a way to take it to the next level.
He does, yeah. You can see, I mean, he's a talented player. He's good on the ball, very clean, technically sound. But just like the rest of the, you know, I think it's a team issue at this point, right? It's just, you need that little bit more, that little bit extra.
There's Miscic over to Pekka. Pekka, back to Miscic. Miscic. He looks in form again here. He loves playing here. Martinez. Give and go from Arriaga, but the pass a little bit too high and it'll go out of bounds. On the road, can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XMFC, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, Rodney Marsh, and the brand new USL All Access featuring Mike Watts and Devin Kerr every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Fans of the USL can now listen to the best matches of the week, along with action from MLS, the Premier League, and the UEFA Champions League. Sirius XMFC, channel 157 on your Sirius XM radio and the Sirius XM app. Dean Linke here with Austin DeLuz, 42nd minute. Shadowed today by Jeffrey Marson, who is a rising broadcast superstar at App State. But right now, the home fans looking for something to cheer about as they trail Richmond 1-0. Miscic. That's better work from Simpson. Again, one back by Richmond. You're right. I mean, possession-wise, the team in blue, the home team, North Carolina FC, probably has had more of it.
I think definitely they have. You know, it's just not, it hasn't been dangerous. They haven't penetrated it all.
It's the second matchup between these two teams. The first goal we've seen as they went scoreless back in May, 0-0. Richmond have been undefeated so far in the month of June, with the match against North Carolina being the final June match for the Kickers. This match right here. Kamara over to Flores. Flores, this is better. Spacing's better. Numbers are better. Flores tucks it in. Miscic turns, goes down. Was looking for the whistle, doesn't get it there as Vickers, and now we've got 2 or 3 players down, and it'll stay with Richmond.
NCFC returning to Salem Stadium and Wakeman Soccer.
See here, Nelson Flores cuts inside,
at 6 p.m.
slots one into Miscic, and Cam Vickers does a good job there. He gets his foot in, hits the ball. Might have caught a little bit of Miscic there too, but sound tackle. NCFC threatening, getting in the box, which they haven't done very often this first half, but
out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for North Carolina FC. Toronto FC 2 will be here on July 18. Richmond returns on July 21. Then Chattanooga will be here August 10. And then Connor Tobin and forward Madison will be back, another former teammate of yours.
Grumpy old Tobin.
45th minute. These sheets with Pearson, and whistled for the foul. There is the goal scorer, Emilio Terzaghi, who got his 4th goal of the season to go with 1 assist. He has started every single game and has been a rock for this kickers team. The kickers and the strikers on the academy level formed Richmond United, and some of those players have come up through the system now, and that's the idea. That's exactly part of the move for Kirk Johnson and Steve Malik and the Brain Trust Gary Butte at North Carolina FC.
Yeah, it's something that more and more clubs are looking to do, right? Is develop their young players and give them the opportunity to play professional games and ultimately move them on to the higher levels and build success that way.
Ball driven in, headed out of there by the kickers as we are in extra time, waiting to find out how much extra time. Remember, they had the Martina injury. It was at least a couple minutes. We had the yellow card that took a little bit of time on Calvo. So you got to figure 2 or 3, I would guess. Oh, it's 4 actually, is the word. Flores, good idea. Sent out of there by Chrysler, who's went to Gonzaga, played a little bit with forward Madison and with Detroit City FC. He started every game in that back line. He's been pretty good. I mean, really, the Chrysler-Magalhaes combo has been solid back there.
Very solid. Kept Thorne Simpson quiet the entire half.
Here's Chrysler on Simpson, and then he'll backtrack. We have gone almost 2 of the 4 minutes here of added time. Stay with us at halftime. We'll take a look around USL League One. News and notes courtesy of our maestro Brian Ware. Sports in the Game brought to you by Wake Orthopedics. North Carolina FC would like to thank all the corporate partners of North Carolina FC and North Carolina Courage for helping bring you this game today from Salem Stadium, WakeMed Soccer Park. 2 minutes of the 4 minutes. Richmond 1, North Carolina FC 0. Driven in by Mischich. That's a good ball, looking for Flick, but it was Chrysler who found it first, kept alive by Pekka, and picked up by Fitzgerald. Good distribution by Fitzgerald that time. That other one kind of popped up, which forced Calvo to come in a little bit. Kieran Fitzgerald can heave it, though.
Okay, he's got a good arm.
Malik Mbai. Arriaga. And yeah, that needs to be a whistle. Could have almost been a yellow even. Is kind of unnecessary right there. Check that time from Bolaños. Pearson makes the run but doesn't get it back from Flores, so they'll switch it to Arriaga. Chrysler is just absolutely manhandling Simpson right now, and I feel like he's doing it in a clean fashion as well. Really good 1v1 defending.
It's still, you know, they're still looking for Simpson in that situation, though, and I think that's good, right? You know, he didn't win the ball, but they've advanced up the field.
Here's a shot from JT Kamara, read there by Akira Fitzgerald. That's a nice shot from JT Kamara from distance and on frame.
Yeah, nice to see there from JT Kamara to sort of finish out the half on a high note.
Final seconds here of this first half. The referee checks his watch, and there is the first half whistle. After 45, it's Richmond 1, North Carolina FC 0.
Frustrating half, I think, from NCFC's perspective. And you can see the frustration on JT Kamara's face, talking to Thorne Simpson there. But Richmond, I think, will be satisfied with that. Up 1-0 on the road at halftime, limited chances.
That's the goal scorer right there, Terzaghi, 4th goal of the season, wearing number 32. It's Richmond 1, North Carolina FC 0. We'll step aside and be back with a look around USL League One.
Our tires will deliver superior performance, no matter where the road takes you.
Hi, I'm Dre Fortune from NCFC, and I'm here at Alpaca to enjoy one of my favorite dishes. The Chop Chop Special is their daily special on Wednesdays. It comes with rice, black beans, their famous rotisserie chicken, and pico de gallo.
Hi, this is DJ Taylor. I'm from North Carolina FC, and I'm here at Alpaca trying my favorite dish. I usually get the half chicken with corn and rice with the sweet yellow sauce. I love the chicken because it's fresh chicken and it's rotisserie grilled.
Come check us out on a Saturday and go to any Alpaca location near you.
Select Physical Therapy is focused on patient safety now more than ever before. Select's centers remain open and offer a safe environment for you to receive physical therapy services. You don't need a doctor's referral to begin care and start feeling better today. Select Physical Therapy also offers telerehab, so you can easily connect with a licensed therapist through web-based technology that is HIPAA compliant, right from the comfort of your home. Visit selectphysicaltherapy.com to schedule an appointment. Select Physical Therapy, the power of physical therapy.
Behind this shot, there's a story. A story of well-loved cleats and pride-soaked jerseys. A story of years of support and leadership. There is a story of family. Behind every shot, there is soccer.com. Greatness grows here.
Continental Tire has been a proud supporter of soccer for more than a decade. We've been there both on and off the field for some of the greatest celebrations. We've watched with you as the game and personalities have gotten bigger. We are proud to continue standing alongside you, supporting the game that gives us all so much. Together, we've shared thousands of incredible goals and celebrations. Here's to many more to come.
Halftime here as we've got a Deleuze jersey in the crowd. You got to love it here. The number 6, Austin Deleuze, for so many years the face of the franchise. Right now, though, they'd like to see an Austin Deleuze goal. Instead, he's up here with me. Austin Deleuze, I'm Dean Linke. Never gets old seeing your name out there, though,
that
right?
Guy, he needs to do some laundry or something. I don't know why he's got that one on.
Well, what has John Bradford got to do? What's he saying to the team right now?
Honestly, I don't know. It's tough at this point. You know, we've mentioned all the things, all the adversity that they're facing and all the difficulties. I think at the end of the day, you go in there and you say, I need to see more. I need to see some personality, somebody, you know, just trying to change the game in a positive way. And it seems silly to say that, and it seems simple, but I'm not sure what else you can do at this point.
Before we take a look at the upcoming schedules, meanwhile for Richmond, I almost think it's impressive that North Carolina FC got a point against Richmond, because that's a really good team out there.
It is. They've looked very, very solid. You know, they got their goal early on, and they have not given up many chances since then. They've been very organized, difficult to break down. So I think they'll be happy in that locker room at halftime here.
All right, let's take a look at the upcoming schedules for both teams here. As North Carolina FC, they've got to go on the road. Neither one of those games on the road will be easy.
Not a forgiving schedule here for a team that's looking for some momentum. You know, South Georgia is building a little bit of momentum of their own, and Greenville, obviously one of the standard bearers of the league, always a difficult game, especially on the road. So, you know, it's not getting any easier here for NCFC.
Make sure you're back with Austin and me on July 18th as Toronto FC 2, and then just a few days later, the Richmond Kickers return. Hope to see you at WakeMed Soccer Park. Meanwhile, let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for Richmond, who look like a team that will indeed make the playoffs.
I think so, yeah. If they keep playing the way that they are, they'll be thereabouts. And I know a few difficult games as well against North Texas and Fort Lauderdale. We saw Fort Lauderdale here a few weeks ago, a very talented team. So not easy for the Kickers either.
Halftime here, it's Richmond, the Kickers, on top of North Carolina FC by a score of 1-0. We come back, we'll take a look around USL League One. Friday night soccer from WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary, with Richmond leading by 1.
I wasn't going to let anything get in my way of achieving my goals, which were to be a professional soccer player. So the first opportunity I got at preseason, when a teammate asked if I was dating a girl or something, I just came out to a bunch of my teammates at dinner and said, no, I'm gay. All I needed to do was that one time, because then I didn't lie. Your sexuality should never limit you from playing the sport you love.
Brings it down to his chest. Jordan McCrary has tied it here. Takes a hard strike, saved by Roman.
At Strategic Systems, we understand that a reliable IT infrastructure doesn't just materialize by itself. We've been helping Triangle businesses of all sizes build and manage secure, reliable technology solutions for over 25 years. Strategic Systems and CEI. Are you transforming your business?
Continental Tire has been a proud supporter of soccer for more than a decade. We've been there both on and off the field for some of the greatest celebrations. We've watched with you as the game and personalities have gotten bigger. We are proud to continue standing alongside you, supporting the game that gives us all so much. Together, we've shared thousands of incredible goals and celebrations. Here's to many more to come.
So, how do you like your urgent care? At WakeMed, we have urgent care just about everywhere. Urgent care that specializes in orthopedics and kids. MyCare 365, open every day of the year. Even virtual urgent care. Yup, urgent care in your jammies, on your tablet. So download the WakeMed All Access app and get urgent care that's caring, convenient, and just the way you like it.
Halftime here, Salem Stadium, WakeMed Soccer Park, home to North Carolina FC, searching for that elusive victory. They trail this storied franchise Richmond by a score of 1-0. Dean Linke alongside Austin DeLuz. And take a look at the standings. There's still plenty of time. Of course, North Carolina FC on the bottom looking up, but Union Omaha, they were good last year, they're good this year. Greenville, they were good last year, they're good this year.
They are. They've been consistent. Good teams, good solid teams. Difficult to play against. Chattanooga, a team that NCFC saw last weekend, and another good team. So really every game in this league is difficult, and I think if you're North Carolina FC and you're looking up at the table, I think the one positive is that you've only played 7 games. You've got quite a few games in hand and plenty of time to turn this around. And see Richmond here at the 8th spot on 12 points. They're not far off that top 3, right? One win for them can put them right in the mix.
Take a look at games tomorrow in USL League One. The only action tonight is right here at WakeMed Soccer Park. That should be a good game between Union Omaha and FC Tucson. North Texas taking on New England Revolution 2. This is going to be a good one. Chattanooga and Greenville Triumph SC for sure.
I think that's one I would have my eye on. Two teams that we've talked about before, but just been very, very consistent over the last couple of years. Chattanooga with a great fan base. Greenville building that down there in South Carolina as well. So that's one for me to watch tomorrow.
Brian Ware time, the maestro of USL League One. We'll take a look at his news and notes. Tormenta surging up the table, going from 11th to 4th in June with some big wins.
You can see how quickly things can change, right? And credit to them, they've rattled off a few wins, and just like that, they're close to the top of the table. And, we see here, too, Toronto FC2 Academy players riding the ship for them. Jaden Nelson scored the equalizer in a 2-2 draw versus Fort Lauderdale. And then at the bottom here, we see Greenville Triumph the comebacks keep them unbeaten at home. Marios Lomas, familiar to all NCFC fans, scored the winner against them, but he's been on fire this season.
He is. Let's take a look at the USL League One Team of the Week. You usually see Greenville players on that Team of the Week, as Marios Lomas is on there, and you also see Juan Belrindes as well. And you start to look at it, Lomas, as we already talked about, had that goal and assist in the win over NCFC, leads USL League One with 8 goals for the year. And you highlight the player of the week from Chattanooga, who scored 2 goals as a super sub against North Carolina FC. That's the news and notes and a look around USL League One. North Carolina FC searching for a goal. They trail 1-0 at the half.
Selling your home often comes at a cost. Many realtors charge commissions of 6%, which seriously cuts into your profits. But with Daymark Realty, part of Coastal Credit Union, you can sell for an unbelievably low commission rate of 4.5%. Plus, professional staging and photography are included. Find out how Daymark and Coastal have saved members millions in fees and offer a better way to bank.
Hi, I'm Dre Fortune from NCFC, and I'm here at Alpaca to enjoy one of my favorite dishes. The Chop Chop Special is their daily special on Wednesdays. It comes with rice, black beans, their famous rotisserie chicken, and pico de gallo.
Hi, this is DJ Taylor. I'm from North Carolina FC, and I'm here at Alpaca trying my favorite dish. I usually get the half chicken with corn and rice with the sweet yellow sauce. I love the chicken because it's fresh chicken and it's rotisserie grilled.
Come check us out on a Saturday and go to any Alpaca location near you.
Select Physical Therapy is focused on patient safety now more than ever before. Select's centers remain open and offer a safe environment for you to receive physical therapy services. You don't need a doctor's referral to begin care and start feeling better today. Select Physical Therapy also offers telerehab, so you can easily connect with a licensed therapist through web-based technology that is HIPAA compliant, right from the comfort of your home. Visit selectphysicaltherapy.com to schedule an appointment. Select Physical Therapy, the power of physical therapy.
Behind this shot, there's a story of well-loved cleats and pride-soaked jerseys. A story of years of support and leadership. There is a story of family. Behind every shot, there is soccer.com. Greatness grows here.
Welcome back to Cary, North Carolina, Salem Stadium, Wake Med Soccer Park. The halftime score, Richmond 1, North Carolina FC 0. Dean Lincoln with Austin Deleuze. And let's take a look at the first half highlights in this one, including the goal from the Richmond Kickers, who lead at 1-0.
Yeah, we see here, good early service in, Malik Mbai with the tackle to put out the fire there. And here we see the goal, short corner, pops back out. It's good service in. It actually comes off Thorne Simpson's head, off the crossbar. Richmond keeps it alive. Max Flick can't clear it. Magalius with the service. Terzaghi is there at the near post. Veteran goal scorer. But an odd broken play, and credit to Richmond. Keep things alive. The center back with the solid service and sneak it in near post.
4th goal of the season for the man from Argentina to lead the team.
Richmond, not too many chances as the half went on. You could see there sort of a half chance from Peter Pearson, but JT Kamara came on a little bit later in this half with a couple good shots on goal, becoming a little bit more active. We see here right at the end of the half, another good shot that doesn't really trouble Akira Fitzgerald, but better from NCFC right at the end of the half there.
Of course, Akira Fitzgerald, a familiar face, used to play right here for Carolina Railhawks / North Carolina FC. Look at the possession, 70%, but not quality enough possession.
Just not dangerous enough, and I think Richmond will be fine with that. You know, you can keep the ball all day as long as you're doing it in your own half. NCFC's, you know, they got to make some adjustments here. It looks like they have made an adjustment in the lineup as we see young Cole Frame coming in on this right side, shifting JT Kamara into more of a central attacking role.
So Cole Frame The youngster, 18 years old, part of the NCFC U19 Academy, which is the biggest reason why they made the move down to USL League One. And Cole Frame, along with Holiday last week in goal, demonstrated exactly the purpose of this move.
It's great to see him on the field, and again, shows the trust that they have in him to bring him in at halftime of a game that they're down 1-0. And John Bradford showing, we talked about it in the first half, but just got to change things. Got to find something to.
There is Frame, who was fouled right there, so Frame will have a free kick. Talk about immediate impact. Frame delivers it and gets a yellow card there on Magalhaes. It'll be a free kick here for North Carolina FC.
It's a great start from Cole Frame. I think it's a small thing, but just a little bit of energy, a burst, run in behind. He tracks it down. He fights for it. He gets a foot on it and forces Magalhaes to foul him.
Frame's a winner, 2019 Super Cup Globe champion, as well as a 2016 U.S. Youth Soccer National champion. So he has been a part of winning programs as North Carolina FC, one of the best youth soccer programs in the country, led by Gary Butte. Free kick opportunity here for JT Kamara. Had those two shots handled by Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald! Oh! JT Kamara delivers the goods, and I believe it's Flick. And how about North Carolina FC? We're tied at
1. And that's how you start the half. We talked about Max Flick in the first half. We said he was quiet. That was not quiet at all. Really textbook set piece. Pinpoint service here from JT Kamara, and Max Flick rising above everybody to just redirect that one to the far post. And that is a fantastic set piece goal to start this second half.
Second goal of the season for Flick. He trails only Selmar Micic, who has 3, and Flick with the tie. And you got to give Cole Frame credit as well, because he drew the free kick.
He did. You're completely right. I was just thinking that. He starts that with his energy, with his run in behind. He won't show up on the score sheet, but he absolutely has changed the game very quickly in the first couple minutes of this second half.
Here's Vickers. Frame going to try to track him down. Vickers, good weighted ball, but it's going to go out of bounds, and it'll come back to North Carolina FC, who have tied this at 1. How about North Carolina FC? Cole Frame comes in. His speed is electrifying. Magalhaes gets a yellow card. The free kick. JT Kamara serves one up. Akira Fitzgerald really got lost amongst the trees in there, and Flick knocks it in.
Yeah, it was a great finish. Not much Akira Fitzgerald can do about that one, really. I think ultimately a defender has to be a little bit tighter to Flick there, try to put him off, but the quality of the service and the quality of the finish, not much that Richmond could do about that one.
Kamara to Flick, and we are tied at 1, just like that.
With that assist, Turf to Gift donating another $100 to Navy.
And I'll tell you what, the crowd was loud after that goal.
They were. You feel the energy that NCFC brought out to start this second half, and the crowd is feeding off of it.
Micic, and Akira Fitzgerald had that one covered, not on Frame, but not a bad opportunity. Let's take a look at the goal to tie it here.
Yeah, JT Kamara, I really can't say enough about this service. Just perfect height, near post, and Max Flick. Let's see, getting vertical there, and here's Micic picking up the ball, turning, firing a shot, and that started with a fantastic ball from Max Flick as well, coming out of the back. He's been NCFC's best player here tonight.
Flick, who grew up about 28 miles outside of Pittsburgh, spent time with the Pittsburgh Hotspurs and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds, went to Point Park University, an NAIA school where he played with a bunch of buddies, and then over time he's like, you know what? Yeah, I majored in business, but right now I want my business to be soccer, and he started the grind, and here he is.
He stepped up. You know, at a time when lots of leaders missing, lots of quality players missing, he's risen to the occasion, both literally and figuratively.
Well, his school and then with the Riverhounds played where the Riverhounds play, that's a beautiful facility there. And so he was talking to me today about being in that environment. That certainly will light the fire as well.
For sure.
Pekka. Pearson. Martinez, who was forced into early action after the Martina injury early doors. Kamara, who's got the assists. Pekka. Miscic will cut it back. Keeps possession and taken away, but cleaned up there by North Carolina FC.
A higher tempo from NCFC. The ball is moving quicker. It looks like a different team, and we're only 5 minutes into the second half, so you don't really want to blow things out of proportion, but whatever Coach Bradford said in the locker room at halftime must have resonated.
Alliez takes down another player. Remember, he got the yellow on the foul against Frame. This time it's Martinez that he takes down.
Hard challenge. See here, another good ball in behind. Martinez trying to track it down, and Gallius, he gets there first, he gets the ball.
It's clean.
Takes a little bit of Martinez with him, but it's a strong tackle from the veteran.
Great extra look there, courtesy of Kyle Lang and Savannah, Rosanna, Dana Revel. Haven't seen her in a long time. Brian Ware on camera, Curtis Adams. Probably missing a couple folks, but we thank them all. This portion of the game brought to you by Continental Tire. 52nd minute, North Carolina FC with the equalizer here in the second half, 1-1 against Richmond. Taken away by North Carolina FC, and now it's possession with purpose, no doubt about it here in the second half for the home team. Martinez cuts in right around Vickers. Kamara's flying, Frame's flying, and Magalhaes will knock it out of bounds. Throw in North Carolina FC. And embellishing just a little bit, North Carolina FC will keep it. You think about Richmond, you think about Ronnie Pascal, 304 appearances. You think about Matthew Delicott as you take a look at this foul right here.
Yeah, Martinez kind of invites it, and you're right, maybe a little bit of embellishment, but he knows where he is on the field. Not sure there was any contact there, but Martinez will take it.
Kevin Jeffrey, Mike Burke, Ruben Espinoza, those are some big-time names that have come out of the Richmond program.
Yeah, a ton of respect for what they've done, what they've built, and what they continue to do in that community.
54th minute. Chrysler pushes it forward. Picked off there by Flores. Flores finds Arriaga. Arriaga trying to switch it back over to Pekka. John Bradford was not kidding when he said Pekka has free reign to push forward because Pearson can man the ship in front of that back four.
Yeah, Pearson's done a good job of holding down the fort, and it's allowed Pekka to go find the game and link people together.
Pretty sure Chrysler just got a yellow card, I believe. Well, maybe not.
I think he got a stern warning.
Stern warning, okay, thank you. They set up the 10 yards. Miscic with the pink shoes, JT Kamara. Miscic looks like he's thinking about hammering this one.
This is, it's gonna take something special from this distance, but we'll see what he's got.
Mischich rips it out! It's off the crossbar! Wow! It reminded me of the Daniel Palladini days when he could hammer some bombs from distance right there. What a shot! And rising away. I'm not sure if the Irish Ninja got a piece of it or not. We'll take another look. Right now, Akira Fitzgerald just wants it cleared. It's not yet. It's still loose. And North Carolina FC bringing some heat. JT Kamara dancing with it. One more! North Carolina FC! Get on that back, JT Kamara!
You could feel it. You could feel it building from the second that this second half started. We see here Mischich with an absolute cannon off the crossbar. North Carolina keeps it alive. JT Kamara, good footwork, gets it back on his left foot and just tucked right inside of that far post. And he's loving it. Where's Malik Mbai? He's looking for him. I don't know if they planned that one or what, but they're having fun.
Wow, on Pride Night, it is loud and proud here at Wakemed Soccer Park, and they're certainly proud of JT Kamara. What a lovely left foot right there. Nothing that Akira Fitzgerald can do, nothing that any goalkeeper in the world can do. It hit the post and went in.
Yeah, and this is a different team. This is a different team than we saw in the first half.
Matt Bolduc. Believe has come on. This will be a throw-in for Richmond. Now trailing in the game. What a difference a half makes for John Bradford and North Carolina FC. Yeah, Matt Bolduc, number 7, comes on for Cameron Vickers, and it looks like Darren Sawatsky's going to make a few more changes now with his team now trailing. Sent back in. And this is where you see if North Carolina FC has what it takes to close it out, because they've led in games, just been hard to finish.
Exactly. I was just thinking the same thing. You don't want to rain on the parade because we're having fun, we're scoring goals, but the issue has been closing out games, right? And so we're coming into the last 30 minutes of this game.
See what they can do. 2-1. Answering the call. Cole Frame comes on for Simpson, makes a difference, frees up JT Kamara. JT Kamara, well, that was tight quarters too, and he created his own space and then with precision with that left foot.
Really good footwork, some close control to get it on that left foot and get the shot off.
Arriaga goes down. Got to remember,
that could be a second yellow for Calvo here, yep.
There it is. So Calvo with the second yellow, and that's going to be a red, so he's done. And the Oak City supporters like it, and all of a sudden now the wheels coming off a little bit for the kickers.
Yeah, it's certainly things quickly devolving here for the Richmond kickers. You can see Calvo, just a heavy touch, and yep, it's a silly challenge, especially on a yellow. And
Kickers double yellow red card in the 59th minute to number 20.
I don't think you could have scripted a worse 15 minutes for the Richmond kickers at the start of this second half. Giving up 2 goals and going down a man. We'll see how.
We were genuinely impressed with Richmond in the first half, right? I mean,
yeah. You know, they were sound, they were solid, they looked very composed.
So now up a goal and up a player here is North Carolina FC. Phenomenal turnaround, phenomenal spark from JT Kamara. Kamara's got one. Kamara dancing, still loose. It's going to pop to Martinez. Miss hit that one, Arriaga! And Chrysler somehow gets his head to it. And here comes North Carolina FC.
JT Kamara again making things happen. Dangerous service across the box. Megalius can't clear it. Martinez just trying to get it back in a dangerous spot, and Arriaga connects well. I'm not sure if that one was going in, but Chrysler, just to be certain, heads it wide.
Miscic will take the corner. Available for a short one is JT Kamara. Miscic, who started it all on that second goal with that rocket shot off the crossbar. What a shot that was as well.
It was. I was skeptical when he stepped up to it.
This is a great counter from the Kickers. The Kickers moving into the 18, the Kickers. And picked up there by Flick. Remember, he scored the first goal. What transition from the Kickers right there as Bolaños, but now the other way. Here comes North Carolina FC. Miscic to Kamara. Frame is lurking. Frame! Oh! And he missed it. What a ball to Cole Frame.
He'll hear about that one in the locker room after the game.
Kept alive, though. Austin, we got to go back to that counter from Richmond. They were on and in.
They were, and that's going to be what the rest of this game is about for them, is just trying to hold tight, keep solid, and spring the counter when they can to try to get back into this game. And if you're NCFC, that's exactly what you don't want, is this to turn into sort of an end-to-end affair. That 70% possession that you had in the first half, that's a number you're going to want to see here again.
Off the head of Chrysler. Richmond with Chrysler and Magalia as the two center backs. We'll see how Darren Sawatsky changes it around with Calvo headed to the showers with that second yellow. And here we go. So now we're going to see 3 changes, and that probably is going to mean formation changes as well. Bolaños is going to come off, as coming into the game is Nil Vinyals. So Vinyals into the game. Also coming out of the game is number 14, Luke Pavone. And coming into the game will be number 11, Olex Anderson.
Coming out of the game, number 17, Jonathan Glianos.
And also coming into the game for Richmond is none other than Nathan Awney. So Awney into the game. Awney from Arlington, Washington. Of course, Darren Sawatsky with those ties to the Pacific Northwest. So now it's about Austin looking at what kind of shape they're going to be in as well. Richmond down a goal and down a man. Nice work by Mbai. How about North Carolina FC this second half?
Total 180 from the first half.
That shot by Miscic was seriously a flashback for me of Daniel Palladini back in the Carolina Railhawks days. I don't think you ever crossed paths with him, but he would hit wonder strikes late in games from long distance.
The way that Miscic stepped up to it, like I said, I was skeptical. It was a long way out, but the way that he hit it, it was moving. There was a ton of pace on it.
I think Akira got a finger on it, and that may have been the difference, but it didn't matter because after that, really, it was the pedal to the metal for North Carolina FC. Anderson with the bleached blonde look, drops it over to Vinyals and taken away. North Carolina FC, and Frame makes a run. Oh! If somehow Kamara can get a touch on it, Frame was running.
It was.
Here's the big man, Awney. This is a big man, Awney, off a flick. Richmond continues to be dangerous.
Big time for Peter Pearson there.
There's a good ball. It is on and in. Miscic has Frame. Miscic, one too many touches.
He wanted to do it himself there, and he's a guy that scored a few goals, so you can't really fault him, but he had Cole Frame on the run from the right side as well. And Peter Pearson, they're going to call that one a foul, but I don't know about that. But he has been an absolute presence in these last 5-10 minutes.
So remember earlier I said Chrysler is going to get a yellow. There's the yellow for Chrysler. Pearson needs to be careful too, though, because I think he's sitting on a yellow. Is he not? Have to double check
sure,
that.
We'll
66th minute.
Check my notes.
Free kick opportunity for the Kickers. It's a chance to get it into the 18. That's a good ball. Wow, really good ball. And you know what? McGuire had stepped out, and he was vulnerable right there.
He had. If I were him, I would be taking my time on this goal kick right now because, like I said, it's a little bit too end-to-end. When you're up a man, up a goal, you'd like to think that you'd be in control of the game, and I think NCFC, you know, in the first half, it was all about more energy, taking more chances, and now it's difficult to deal with these types of swings, but somebody's got to take the air out of the game a little bit, slow it down, sort of reassert their authority of the game.
Got to give Darren Sawatsky credit because down a man, he needed fresh legs, right? Because you've got to pick up the pace of an extra player there, and there's they try to get it to Frame, punched out of there by Akira Fitzgerald, and Frame whistled. That gives me a chance to say that the United Soccer League, all 12 League One clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through the United Against Racism campaign, visit uslsoccer.com. United Against Racism, North Carolina FC, a different team here for John Bradford in the second half. They lead it 2-1 over their rivals from Richmond, the Kickers. 68th minute. If you're North Carolina FC looking for that first elusive victory, it's going to feel like that clock is stuck in mud, I got to believe.
Yeah, it is, for sure.
I liked what you said, Austin DeLuze, off air at halftime. I hope I can share it. You said it's the kind of game where when things aren't going well, you either got to try to make something happen, get 2 goals, or get stuck in and get sent off, you know, one or the other.
Yeah, definitely not advocating getting sent off, but it's just that type of game, right, where you just have to make something happen, whether that's, you know, getting in somebody's face, you know, getting stuck in on a tackle, taking a long distance shot, whatever it is, you've got to change the game somehow, and that's what they've done in the second half.
And to your point, immediately Cole Frame sparking down the sideline that same sort of mentality of making something happen. So you were right on point. 69th minute, 2-1 North Carolina FC. What an answer here against a talented Richmond team. And a deep Richmond team, which can also be a difference. As we'll see how all of these subs for Darren Sawatsky and Richmond affect the game. Even down a man, there's fresh legs out there. If you are Darren Sawatsky and you saw your team give up 2, then you saw one of your defenders get sent to the showers with the second yellow, how do you respond? How do you coach within the game here as you can't call timeout?
Yeah, I think you do exactly what he did, which is he made 3 changes. He adjusted the shape. I think that's really all you can do when you're down a man on the road. You just get fresh legs in there and try to score on the counter.
So Austin, on the opposite end, you're a team in North Carolina FC trying to find that winning way, that winning formula. Now you have it. How do you manage the game here to try to close it out?
I think it's a little bit of what I said in terms of kind of harnessing that energy of scoring goals, and you know, they've got the confidence that we've seen here in the first 20-25 minutes of the second half, harnessing that energy and again taking control of the game, right? Using that energy in the right ways.
With the ball here is Bolduc, sent out of there by Pekka. He's had a solid shift. We'll see if Pekka can go 90 here. Nifty little back heel. Gallius, the center back, has moved forward. Finds Vinyals, wearing number 10. Zaka Moran. Played now to Bolduc. Little give and go on the turn, the spin there from Anderson. Vinyals. That's a good tackle, and a foul there. That's Pekka stepping in there. John Bradford indicated that it might be unlikely for Pekka to go 90, but I tell you what, that guy's a warrior. Got a lot of subs getting ready to work their way in. A lot of youngsters. And Pearson now looks to be cramping up here. And the trainer will go out and take a look at Pearson.
Yeah, you hope it's just a cramp. He's a guy who's been a really important player for NCFC all season, but especially tonight. You see there trainer Sean Wilson signaling for a sub, and that's not a good sign.
Looks like it's going to be Parco O'Farrell.
Into tomorrow's leaders. Want to get involved? You can. Thrift a gift that's committed to 100% profits.
Wearing number 32, another one of those youngsters. You see Darren Sawatsky giving instruction for the kickers to find themselves down a man and down a goal. Parker, a youngster at just 17, played for the NCFC youth program for 11 years, 4 of which were with the NCFC Academy. He was named to the 2018-2019 ECNL Mid-Atlantic All-Conference team. So this young man comes with accolades, and again, 17 years old for Parco O'Farrell. Big minutes here.
Awesome experience for him to come into a game and fight for that first win for the club.
12, Pete Pearson. NCFC substitution in the 73rd minute of the game. Coming out of the game, Pearson. Coming in number 32, it's Parker O'Farrell.
So remember too, Pekka was not expected to go 90, and he may have to go 90 now. We'll see.
It's interesting, you know, Parker O'Farrell has come in to the right back position, and Nelson Martinez has slid into the spot that Peter Pearson was just playing in. So I think Nelson Martinez is a guy who probably more comfortable in that central midfield position, to be honest. So hopefully for NCFC, he can make that a sort of seamless transition.
Martinez from Woodbridge, Virginia, spent time with Loudoun United, played in the DC United Academy for years. '74th minute, and Darren Sawatsky is not done making changes. Chrysler's sitting on that yellow card, so they'll bring in Hernan Gonzalez, another player from Argentina. So 3 players from Argentina on the field for the kickers. Oh, wow. Late whistle there, and it'll be a dangerous free kick for the kickers.
That is very savvy from Moran. You could see him, he was leaning into Kamara, trying to invite that contact, and Kamara actually just backed off, and I think Moran just, more than anything, lost his balance, but ended up with the free kick.
So it'll be Zaka Moran over the ball, 75th minute, with that left foot. That's a good ball. McGuire will punch it out. See if Flores can run it down. He can. It'll be a throw-in for the kickers. They trail North Carolina FC 2-1, minute 75. Long throw in. Malik Mbai, who's been solid. We talked a lot about Flick, but Mbai's done a nice job back there too.
Very solid. They've formed a nice partnership throughout the early part of this season.
O'Farrell, great header to find the feet of Arriaga, who's taken down. That's not a bad first touch there from O'Farrell, a 20-yard header. And I like what you said about Martinez moving in the middle. He does look mighty fine and very comfortable right there.
I think it's more of his natural position, and you know, he was playing right back a little bit out of necessity. He's a different player than Peter Pearson, but definitely familiar with the central midfield area.
Cold frame, ball at his feet, running downhill. He was tripped right there. They'll let it play on. Picked back up by JT Kamara. Hard tackle out of bounds. It'll stay with North Carolina FC. How about giving these fans some credit? They have made some noise here on a Friday night.
They have the Oak City supporters sticking with the club through thick and thin, and they're getting rewarded for it tonight with a good second half performance here. I know they would love to see those first 3 points.
Man, if you're Richmond Kickers fans, remember we showed the standings 1-0 at half, feeling pretty good about themselves. A win would put them at 15, and they'd be right in the mix. Now it's the other way around, and it could be major celebration for John Bradford and this young North Carolina FC team, but still a lot of time left.
Definitely a lot of time. We've seen some strange things happen here at Wakemed Soccer Park late in games, so I'm sure we're not done by any means.
McGuire bombs one long, looking for Arriaga. There's one in the air by the super tall Awney. Awney listed at 6'4", 195. That's a beast right there, getting ready to make the throw in here. Played at Seattle University and spent some time with Union Omaha. Really good team at USL League One. O'Farrell, another good header, finding Pekka. You got to tip your hat to Pekka knowing that he's not 100%.
He's been grinding all night. And another one of those guys who not the guy you necessarily notice, but puts in the dirty work.
Here's a great, just a little bit too far out in front of Mischic, Arriaga, and Mischic. Mischic was in and on.
Yeah, just a bit heavy from Arriaga there, but a good run from Mischic.
So does John Bradford go to his bench one more time, or does he put these guys on lockdown as they play it over the top? Looking for Bolduc, and McGuire will work it. They used to say Austin Duluth for the win. Now we go to USL for the win. The USL recently announced the formation of the USLW League, providing increased equity and opportunity for women looking to pursue careers in soccer both on and off the pitch. Comprised of clubs from across the Championship, League One, League Two, and new expansion markets, the W League is set to begin play in 2022 in more than 30 communities across the United States. Head over to USLWleague.com to learn more. And speaking of women's soccer, tomorrow night, right here, Wakemed Soccer Park, the North Carolina Courage and the Portland Thorns, two of the best teams in the world.
Yes, always a special matchup between those two teams. And like I said, so many players, not just the U.S. women's national team players, but several others playing for other countries that are going to be at the Olympics.
That game will be on Fox 50 live for those of you watching in the Triangle market. Fox 50, North Carolina Courage and Portland Thorns The equalizers, Dan Lauletta, will join me in the booth for that one.
You calling that one?
Calling that one.
Look at you, back-to-back nights, huh?
Cole Frame, he is a handful.
He is, he's mixing it up, he's fearless.
Monticelli whistled. Cheech and Kamara over the ball. This is exciting. Just a two-man wall for the kickers. Cheech will leave it for Kamara. Kamara going to bend one right to Kara Fitzgerald. Ani can't trap it. If you're Pekka, you're looking at the clock just saying, can I do these final 9 in added time? Mike McGinty in conversations with John Bradford. Ani, marked by Flores. Flores, good tackle, clean. Great play.
Good defending from Flores. In that left back spot, the rhythms of this game have been interesting. It's almost like Richmond has had.
McGuire got hit by Anderson, go ahead.
Yeah, Richmond has sort of gained a little bit more control of the game here since they've gone down a goal. They've had a little bit more possession. Just as NCFC had more possession in the first half when they were down a goal.
So McGuire is still down, and the trainer for North Carolina FC will take a look at him.
Yeah, we'll see here, Anderson coming in.
Ooh,
he catches him in the face.
Fans, don't forget the NCFC return sends.
So we will have quite a bit of added time. So allow me to tell you one more time, the USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ+ community. Through the Forever Proud project, the USL will strive to create safe and welcoming environment for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/forward-forever-proud. JT Kamara with what would be the game winner. Jake McGuire gets thumbs up. And as the goalkeeper, the one position where he will not have to go out here. Looks to be okay.
Good to see him shake that one off.
I predict we're going to see close to 5 minutes, I think, of added time here, Austin Deleuze.
Yeah, it'll be substantial, I think, with the red card, the goals, injuries.
Subs.
Which I think we're about to see a couple more for NCFC.
Josh Cohen. Started quite a few games, and then also Britton Fisher. Looks like both of them will come in. Coach McGinty handing the fourth official the card. Farrell has done well, so has Frame. Frame. Arriaga back to O'Farrell.
It's really good play from both of the young kids on this right side, Parker O'Farrell and Cole Frame. Composed, keeping possession.
So how about Fisher? He is currently a junior at D.H. Conley in Greenville, North Carolina, as they play this back to McGuire. He's been a part of the NCFC Academy for 2 years, won the Hamilton Sportsmanship Award, and competed in the 18-19 ECNL National Finals. He's a junior in high school getting ready to come on.
That's what it's all about.
Farrell whistled there for the foul. As Bolduc goes down. And we'll see if Cohen, so JT Kamara is going to get a nice round of applause here. And he'll.
Put your hands together for number 19.
Fisher was ready to go. Coming out of the game in the 86th minute of play. He replaced by number 25, Griffin Fisher. So Fisher, Greenville, North Carolina.
The 7th minute of play coming out of the game.
Josh Cohen, who spent time with Union Omaha, but also played for NCFC Academy. Played for Pittsburgh in 2016 and 17, then transferred to Marquette. As a senior, he played in 37 games for Marquette, scoring 9 goals and tallying 7 assists. This is dangerous. Oh my! Cleared out of there. Far side by the youngster Fisher. Fisher saving the day on the far post. Oh my goodness.
I'll tell you what, that is a game-saving save from Jake McGuire.
We'll have to take a look at it again. So McGuire, but then also it was either Fisher or Farrell as Pekka goes down. Gallias, I think, has already got a yellow too. So he's going to get off lightly there.
He's getting away with one there. We'll see it here again. The header comes to the back post, and Anderson's there. And McGuire with the reflex save.
But Fisher too with the clearance.
Big time. And that's, Magalhaes, I'll tell you, is really lucky to not see a yellow there.
So Pekka still down. Let's see who helps McGuire out. So McGuire does get a touch of it, and then just, it wasn't going in, but.
To get it, get it out of danger. He probably would have liked to get a little bit more on it, but got it up and out. And McGuire, that reflex save.
You nailed it, Austin. I give you full credit. McGuire, that's in if McGuire doesn't make that reflex save.
100%.
John Bradford, Mischich now comes off. So I think Pekka might be headed to the locker room, far side. What a warrior as Pekka.
I think he's going to come right back on.
Oh,
here.
Really? So
he just had to get off the field for a second.
Yeah, he's not done yet. How about that? So now Cole Frame will be the center forward. John Bradford now just, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes away from getting his first win, and that'll be special if they can do it. Fisher got his head in the middle of that. Alney's going to send it back to Akira Fitzgerald.
And Fisher has come in to be that third center back to just clear out direct balls like this. But he's lined up next to Malik Mbai. Just kind of hold down the fort.
Just waiting for the indication of how much. Yeah, 5 minutes.
It's actually less than I thought.
Cole Frame. One more time, and Akira Fitzgerald with a near post save.
Great stuff again from Cole Frame.
You can see the referee asking Josh Cohen to speed it up, but great work by Frame because this time counts. Stay with North Carolina FC. What a turnaround in that start of the second half. You talked about it, Austin. Bring the energy, go for it, do something different, right?
Exactly. I want to know what happened in the locker room at halftime. I need to hear that recording.
You are 100% right, because they came out inspired, did they not?
Immediately came out looking like a different team.
North Carolina license HCK 7269. Your lights are on. The silver Mitsubishi Eclipse license plate.
Well, this is a good foul picked up here by North Carolina FC.
Yeah, this has been a solid minute and a half, 2 minutes in that corner. Great job from NCFC here, killing off the game.
And good work from Cohen. And John Bradford talked about getting good minutes out of Cohen, needing that, and he's brought them good minutes here as a sub.
He has. I think they brought in a few young players, a few academy players, but bringing in a guy like Cohen who's been in the pro ranks for a few years, he has that experience, he understands what these situations are like, and that's showing here. You know, it's a small thing, but they've kept that ball in the corner there for quite a long time. He's going to get a yellow card. That's not going to bother him too much.
Frame shows. And finally, it'll come back to Richmond, but they used up a good 2 minutes. Captain Obvious takes one to start a winning streak. North Carolina FC looking to get that first win here. Neat little flick. These youngsters hanging in. Frames offside. They'll go out of bounds. 2 minutes approximately remaining here, Austin Deleuze. 2 minutes. Richmond bombs it long, looking for a flick. McGuire, that's what you got to do, bring it down and go to the ground.
Yep. And this is an area that NCFC struggled in, right? These last few minutes of the game. But they've looked much more comfortable here in the last few minutes of this one.
Frame. Gotta like that fire of number 26. Bolduc checks back. Marked by O'Farrell. Richmond might not be done. Anderson, dangerous, crosses it. Top of the 18, final seconds, and cleared out of there. The North Carolina FC fans love it. Less than a minute remaining. Quick throw in. Anderson's been a handful. Anderson with O'Farrell on him. He slips. O'Farrell sent it into the stands.
About 30 seconds left here.
Anderson driven in, popped in the air. The clearance not totally there. Still in the 18. Player goes down. Good little nick there. Oh no, Pekka with the foul. And a free kick comeback opportunity here for Richmond. And they're going to get a shot here to tie it.
They are, and it's the type of foul that you wouldn't expect from your veteran leader. Almost no time left on the clock, and to give up a free kick right outside the box.
So here we go. Richmond over the ball. Vinyals.
Up comes the goalkeeper.
Akira Fitzgerald is in there. Vinyals driven in. Punched out by McGuire. Akira Fitzgerald's going to run it down. Sends it back. What a ball! Oh my! And there's the whistle. John Bradford in high bound. North Carolina FC with a 2-1 win.
It's the one they needed. You can see the relief on the players' faces, on John Bradford's face. It's exactly what they needed, that second half performance. Cole Frame started it off. JT Kamara provided a spark as well, ultimately scoring the game winner. And Pekka on the verge of collapse. Truly a team effort there in the second half.
What a difference a half makes. And North Carolina FC, real quickly, what does this mean for John Bradford and this young team?
It's huge. It's huge. You know, for a lot of these kids, that's their first professional win. It's John Bradford's first win as a professional head coach. Like I said, it's exactly what they needed. And they're just going to look to build on it now.
I want to thank Jeffrey Marson for standing by, Kyle Lang and Savannah and Brian and Curtis and the whole crew. My great partner, Austin DeLuz, for each and every one of them. I'm Dean Linke saying, you know what? How about North Carolina FC? A 2-1 win over Richmond.
Telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.
A month from now, you'll be a little older. A year from now, you'll be a little wiser. Will you be stronger? Your best is not behind you. Look forward.
So, how do you like your urgent care? At Wake Med, we have urgent care just about everywhere. Urgent care that specializes in orthopedics and kids. My Care 365, open every day of the year. Even virtual urgent care. Yup, urgent care in your jammies on your tablet. So download the Wake Med All Access app and get urgent care that's caring, convenient, and just the way you like it.
Continental Tire has been a proud supporter of soccer for more than a decade. We've been there both on and off the field for some of the greatest celebrations. We've watched with you as the game and personalities have gotten bigger. We are proud to continue standing alongside you, supporting the game that gives us all so much. Together, we've shared thousands of incredible goals and celebrations. Here's to many more to come.